Audi RS6 Avant. It is finally here in North America. We've never had the RS6 Avant in North America, and we've only had the RS6 for 1 year, like 17 years ago. So this is a big deal, especially for car enthusiasts who really love fast wagons. So on first impressions, this car is definitely more aggressive than the E63 wagon. I've filmed with the E63 wagon. I have a video up with that. And Audi has definitely gone with a more aggressive look and less of a sleeper car, which is good and bad, depending on what you want. But I think on the whole, it looks really good. So starting off at the front, we have this huge grille. It like honestly takes up the whole front end of the car. I really think only a Toyota Avalon has a bigger grille than this. Like, it's massive, but it fits the car. I've complained at least about BMW and their new grills. I'm actually going to be filming with the new 4 Series later this week, but this fits the car. It really does, especially with everything blacked out. I think it looks really nice. And you can see we have these great dynamic turn signals. These are more turn signals similar to the A7 than the A6, but I think they look really nice. They're really sleek, really angry, and they really fit the car. And then here we can see this model has the black optics package. So that means you get that black Audi logo and the black RS6 badge. And I think it looks really good, especially on this black car. And the black optics package helps hide some of these sensors that are in the grille. Then underneath the headlight, we have another vent, which is triangular and angry. And overall, the front end of this car is just super aggressive. And we can see the bulges in the hood as well, just adding to the angularness and muscularness of this car. Then moving along down to the side of the vehicle. So you can kind of see that Audi went with more of a Sportback-esque profile to this car, where in the back, it's a pretty aggressive slope. I wish it was a little more boxy like the E63 wagon is, but I digress. It's a RS6 Avant in North America. I think I can live with the back end being a little more sloped than I would have liked. And this view also gives you a good look at these amazing, huge 22-inch wheels that you get on the black optics package. They really fit the car. They're very aggressive. They're really nice looking. And behind that, you can see the red RS brake calipers, which also fit the car nicely. Moving along to the side of the car, you can really see where the fender flares out. It's very aggressive, gives the car a really wide stance, and it looks really, really nice. All right, at the back of the car, we can see it has more dynamic turn signals, which obviously look really nice. Basically all Audis have those, and they're a really nice feature. And we can see the oval exhaust tips that are signature to RS Audis. Those look really great. Though what I'm not a huge fan of is this. What's this? Fake vents, yeah, on an RS car. That just shouldn't be there. Come on, Audi. Though I will say the R8 also had fake vents, so you know, it's just kind of what Audi's doing. And there's the nice RS6 badge with the red parallelogram. Then opening up the tailgate. I'm not sure how many cubic feet this cargo area is, but I'll put it on the screen. And also how much bigger it is than the RS7, because that's really the reason you buy this. 1, for its novelty, and 2, because it is more practical than the RS7. And you can see here we can lower the second row just with the pull of these levers, which is really nice. And I have my camera gear in here, but it kind of gives you a sense of the size of the area. And then I'm gonna open up this, see what's under here. So you got a little, it's pretty shallow, but you have a little more storage underneath. All right, and shutting this tailgate, which is what makes this RS6 so cool, because it is a fast wagon. Before we get in, here's a look at the key. It's kind of Audi's standard key fob right now, but it does say RS on the back because this is an RS model, which is very nice. And then getting into the car, it's just easy. And like I said, they haven't had a chance to clean this yet. That's why there's cardboard on the floor. But wow, look at this interior. I love that red stitching everywhere, and we can really get a look at these RS seats. Very beautiful. You talk about diamond quilting, this is like hexagon quilting. Very nice. Then stepping in, it does have a pretty low ride height, but that's what you expect. I would say it is a little bit lower than the E63, but not much. And let's shut off the hazards. Now that we're inside and starting the engine up. Yeah, it's pretty low on gas also, and if you're wondering why the check engine's light's on, I haven't actually turned the engine on. I've only turned the instruments on. So it's got Audi's standard interior right now that they have on the A6, A7, A8, Q7, Q8, but it's a very nice interior, so you don't need to feel sad that you're not getting the full of an original interior, because this is one of the best interiors. These screens are haptic, so you actually have to press them, so it feels very nice. They're not as bad as touchscreens are when you're driving. They're much better than that. And then you have this nice perforated leather steering wheel. Doug DeMuro talked a lot about that. And it's got these like grips on it. I don't know if you can see this bump, which makes it more almost square shape feeling. It's a very nice, very sporty. You can really grip it, and you have that same perforated leather on the shifter, which is very nice. Though I will comment that shifter is surrounded by a lot of piano black, which is not so nice. I wish they would put carbon fiber there, but we do have this nice carbon fiber up here, which it's like 3D. You can really feel it. It's like woven. And we also have it on the door panel. And by the way, this door panel is really nice. You've got like this satin chrome on top, and you've got Alcantara, red stitching. Yeah, it's very nice. Audi is making great interiors right now, and they've made great interiors for a while, and this is no exception. This thing might not even be set up. Oh, it is. So here we can see front camera, and I think we can do a 3D view. Yep. Just like in a BMW, shows you, and actually with this, I can show you what that rear end looks like. See how it's this silver satin finish? I think it looks way better as it is on this car with the black. I'm not a big fan of how it looks with the satin, because they don't color match, obviously. And then another thing the black optics package gives you is black logos, so the 4 rings. Here you can see this depiction of the car doesn't have the black optics package, and also chrome along the front, and then more like chrome around the windows, satin finish on the door mirrors, and stuff like that. So I think the black optics package is a great addition. Now if we look behind, we can see down the length, there's my camera gear. It's a big car, it's a long car, it's a wagon, and what I can really notice from here is that the back of the car is a lot further back than the back of the roof. There really is a sportback feeling to this car. And then we can see we have 2 sunroofs. I'm gonna open the shade on this one. There we go. Give a little more light to the cabin. So we have 2 sunroofs, which is nice. And then I'm gonna climb into the back, which will also give us a good view of the front. And we can see this has RS specific gauges, so this rev counter in the middle, that's an RS specific thing. And also we've got some RS badging right here and on the door sills, focuses, and then on the seats as well, which I can show you. So here in the back we have window shades, peasant blockers as they can be called. They're manual, but you know, they have to save some stuff for like the A8 S8. And we've got more Alcantara, more carbon fiber, very nice. And we can see the seats has the same quilted, perforated leather, very nice. And we've got RS seats in the back as well. Stepping in, again, it's a pretty low step in height, but you know, there's quite a bit of space back here. This seat's kind of far back, and I have plenty of legroom. I have plenty of headroom, like loads of headroom with that panoramic sunroof. Shutting the door, ooh, it sounds really solid. You know, this is an Audi. They're basically their flagship car now, almost. I guess the S8 would be their flagship car, or the R8. But one of their flagship cars, so you would expect it to be really nice. And then around back we have a armrest. Very nice. And some cup holders, I'm assuming. Yep, cup holders. And then we have some climate controls, heated seats. Yep. And from here we can see the interior very well. You can kind of see the protrusion in the steering wheel, which gives it a square feeling almost when you're driving. I wish it was a D-shaped steering wheel though. I'm just noticing that for the first time. I'm surprised that they didn't put a D-shaped steering wheel. I wonder if that has to do with a heated steering wheel, because I know you can only get a heated steering wheel with a round steering wheel on other Audis. Interesting. And then once again, here are these dual sunroofs, very nice. And the view out the back, there's an A8, pretty nice. And again, it looks, it's a very deep storage compartment. Though it's deepest again at the base because of that sportback nature of the roof line. All right, we're gonna have a look at that Monroney label. Look at how massive these wheels are. That's insane. 22 inches on a wagon is huge. It's just a great looking car. Again, way more aggressive than the E63. If you pulled up on an E63, most people wouldn't probably even know that it was a Mercedes, much less that it has 600 horsepower. But with this one, people are definitely more likely to realize that this is a really nice car. I'm noticing there's this black line that goes across almost like a light bar, but it's obviously not a light bar because it's a black line, but it cuts into the taillights, which is very nice. I'm guessing that's part of the black optics package. We can see the black Audi logo and the black RS6 badge with the red parallelogram, part of the black optics package. But let's look at this Monroney label. I'm gonna step inside to do this. This RS6 Avant comes in at what's going on? Why is it not focusing? $119,840, which is pretty expensive, though with a $109,000 base price, $10,000 worth of options is actually not that much for such a expensive car. And you can see it's got 17 miles per gallon combined, and it emits 514 grams of CO2 per mile. But just seeing that 2021 RS6 Avant on a US window sticker with the EPA, wow, that's really cool. So that's a quick walk around of the Audi RS6 Avant. It's an amazing car. I can't believe it's actually here in North America, and I'm excited to see what this means for the future of fast wagons. So like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.